The drones of the Supreme Squadron are flying through the streets of New York. The hammer of Thor is still lying on the embankment. Atlanteans jump out of the water and declare that the Earth is now subordinate to Attuma. They are attacked by the Speed Demon and Hyperion. Hyperion throws one of the Atlanteans into the sea so that he informs Attuma that the Earth is ruled by the Supreme Squadron. Hyperion burns the rest of the Atlanteans with his gaze. The Black Hawk from the screens informs the residents of the city that the Supreme Squadron has captured all the heroes and will now rule the Earth. Black Hawk speaks to the captive Thor. Thor is sure that the power of the squadron will be overthrown. Hawk replies that heroes are needed for this, but there are no heroes left. Falcon and the rest of the Avengers hear this conversation. Through the transmitter that Ant-Man attached, Tony puts on armor. Falcon says that they need to act so that even Black Hawk does not suspect that the Avengers are alive. The Falcon destroys several squadron drones with an electromagnetic cannon. Barton says he can do that too. The captain stops him. He says that the arrows will immediately point the squadron to the Avengers. Zarda brings a broken drone to the squadron tower and throws it at the Hawk's feet. Hyperion says that the Hawk's work is unreliable, and the Hawk himself is not such a genius. The villains begin to quarrel. The Avengers hear it in their shelter. The Supreme Squadron decides to attack the S.H.I.E.L.D. base, where the leaders of different countries have gathered. Hyperion and Zarda arrive at the base. The Avengers secretly take the politicians to a safe place. Stark asks the diplomats not to tell that the Avengers are alive. The villains destroy the base. Hyperion celebrates his victory in the tower, but Black Hawk says that no one was at the base at the time of the explosion. The villains decide to divide the land among themselves. The Avengers, having learned about this, are preparing to attack each of the squadron members separately. Tony Stark comes to Black Hawk's tower and offers to surrender. Hawk shoots Tony. Thor calls his hammer and destroys the shackles. He attacks Hawk with lightning bolts and he and Tony fly away. Black Hawk tries to contact other squadron members, but a bomb left by Stark explodes and disables the communication system. The Speed Demon attacks the military. Barton appears and shoots the villain. The Speed Demon dodges and rushes after the archer into the gateway. He gets into an energy cage. The villain says that this cage will not hold him. The Hulk enters the cage and beats the Speed Demon. Clint gives the speed belt to the Falcon. Sam informs Tony by radio that you can move on to the second phase. Zarda chases Thor. The Falcon catches up with her and puts a speed belt on her. Zarda takes off. Stark fights Nyuk. Zarda crashes into Nyuk and they fly into an energy trap together. Captain America attacks Dr. Spectre. The villain flies to the captain, but Ant-Man turns him into a prism of power. The captain takes the prism. With the help of Lang's new device, the captain manages to control the power of the prism. The captain takes off into space and uses the energy of the prism. Hyperion is sitting on a balcony, on a throne. Girls in raincoats bring him food and drinks. Suddenly the sun turns from yellow to blue. One of the girls throws off her cloak. It's a Black Widow. She attacks Hyperion. Hyperion wants to incinerate her with rays from her eyes, but nothing comes out. The Widow says that the yellow light gave Hyperion strength to sun, and under the blue rays he is weak. Natasha sends the villain to a knockout. Black Hawk collects some device on the helipad of the tower. Holograms of Tony and Falcon appear behind his back. Stark says that they destroyed the squadron one by one. Black Hawk uses the device and teleports to the site of Nyuk and Hyperion. Hyperion pulls Nyuk's power. He flies to the ground and breaks the asphalt. Black Hawk says that soon the Earth will be destroyed. The captain uses the power of the prism and transfers all the Avengers to the tower. The heroes see the Hawk leaving the planet. Tony says he will grab him. Let the rest take care of Hyperion. Tony breaks through the skin of Hyperion's ship and engages in a fight with him. The rest of the Avengers fly through the tunnel pierced by Hyperion. They overtake the villain and engage in battle with him. Tony tells Hawk that if he destroys the Earth, then all members of the squadron will die. The villain replies that he does not care about his comrades. The Avengers attack Hyperion with the whole team. Thor throws a hammer at him and presses him against the wall. The villain is filled up with stones. Hyperion uses lasers and destroys the blockage. He shoots lasers at the Avengers, but the Falcon puts up a protective dome. Black Hawk destroys Stark's armor, but Tony manages to redirect the ship back to Earth. The Falcon tells the Avengers that Hyperion still has enough energy to destroy the core of the planet. Ant-Man uses pheromones and summons insects. A swarm attacks Hyperion. Insects cling to the villain. Hawk's ship falls to the tower. Thor picks it up and lowers it to the ground. Hawk asks Hyperion for help. The Hulk appears and throws Hyperion at Hawk's feet. The Avengers attack Black Hawk and Stark tears the wings off his suit. The Avengers return to their tower. The Widow says that the villains have been placed in the new S.H.I.E.L.D. prison, where there are cells for supervillains. Thor puts the Avengers logo back in place. The Black Order infiltrates the prison where Thanos is imprisoned. Corvus Glaive deals with the guards and the Order enters the hall where Thanos is being held in a metal sphere. Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive destroy laser cannons. The sphere falls into the ship of the Black Order and Ebony Mo frees the Titan. In Earth orbit, the Avengers are preparing to launch a new Stark satellite. Tony says that this satellite will help detect threats from outer space. Suddenly, an alien ship appears in front of the Avengers. The heroes penetrate inside and are greeted by an alien. He says that his home planet was attacked by strange robotic monsters. He has heard of the Avengers as legendary warriors and asks them to help save the planet New Corwin. Tony contacts the Widow and Lang, who remained on Earth. Natasha says that they have everything under control. The Avengers fly to New Corwin, where they fight monsters. The Hulk destroys monsters. The Falcon says that gravity is stronger here than on Earth. The Avengers are attacked by Proxima Midnight. Thor throws a hammer at her, but misses. Proxima knocks him down. Tony asks the Falcon to inspect the pyramid hanging in the sky. Sam flies up to the pyramid and sees Thanos inside. Titan attacks Sam and he falls from a height. Thor throws a bunch of monsters and catches a friend. Tony says they need to get to the pyramid before Thanos is fully charged. Thor and Hulk rush to the pyramid, but they are knocked down by Cull Obsidian. The other members of the Black Order appear. Stark is attacked by Corvus Glaive. Tony manages to throw him off, but Glaive again swiftly attacks Tony. The supergiant takes control of the mind of Hawkeye and he starts shooting at the captain, who is fighting with Proxima Midnight. She strikes the captain hard and he flies into one of the dwellings of local residents, breaking through the wall. Inside he sees a woman with a child. The boy shows him a drawing with the Avengers. The captain throws a shield at Proxima and throws it away her. The captain tells his friends that if this planet is different from Earth, then you need to take advantage of the local conditions. The captain jumps on Proxima from a height and knocks her down. The Falcon says that some crystals are sprayed in the local air. Stark strengthens his repulsors with the help of crystals and shoots first at the Glaive and then at the supergiant. The giant loses control of Barton's mind and he shoots her with a freezing arrow. The Falcon tells him that the particles in the air have strengthened his arrows. Barton freezes a crowd of monsters. The captain defeats Proxima Midnight. The Hulk and Thor take out Cull Obsidian from the game. The pyramid in the sky explodes and a giant Thanos appears. He says that the Avengers defeated him in the past, so he will not destroy the Earth, but the rest of the universe will be conquered by him. Thanos throws the Avengers into outer space. They are picked up by Jitter on his ship. He says that Thanos has absorbed the energy from the core of their planet. The Avengers decide to help the inhabitants of New Corwin. The heroes return to the New Corwin. Thor knocks out Ebony Mo with a hammer. Stark shoots Corvus Glaive. The supergiant tries to take control of the Hulk's mind, but his rage drives her crazy. The Batten freezes Proxima Midnight. Cull Obsidian attacks the captain. A Jitter that has arrived clings to Cull's mace. He calls on his relatives to help the Avengers and fight for their planet. The inhabitants of New Corwin attack the Black Order. Corvus Glaive commands the Order to retreat. Thanos returns. Thor and Hulk attack Titan, but he grabs them with a huge fist and throws them into the ground. Thanos says that he will destroy the Earth next and flies away. The Falcon says that the core of the new Corvinus is damaged, the planet cannot be saved, and you need to fly after Thanos. But the captain says that first you need to help the locals. The Avengers evaluate the inhabitants of the planet and fly away. Jitter thanks the Avengers. Falcon says that if they hurry, they will overtake Thanos. Mstigit flies to Earth. The Widow and Ant-Man do not respond to calls. The Falcon says that there are no signs of Thanos. Stark says that there are no signs of the existence of the Earth. Mstigit circles the moon and the heroes see only dark space in place of their home planet. Dear friends, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. This is important to me.